Hello everyone! Today, I'm going to share a different way of cooking loofah with dried tofu fuju. This dish comes out soft, flavorful, and super comforting. It's salty and delicious, and it pairs perfectly with rice. Let's take a look at how to make it. First, we need to prep the loofah. The skin of the loofah is nutritious, but its texture can be a bit rough. So I'll scrape off a thin layer. This way we won't waste any of it and we won't lose any of the nutrients either. Afterward, rinse it clean with water. Cut off both ends, then slice it into small sections. Finally, slice it into long, thin strips like the ones shown in the video. Once you've finished cutting it all, place it in a large bowl. Next, let's prepare the dried tofu. Today, I'll share the correct method for soaking dried tofu, so it becomes soft yet still retains some chewiness. First, cut the dried tofu into small, long pieces. Add a pinch of salt and a little bit of white vinegar. Then, pour in about 45 degrees Celsius, 113 degrees Fahrenheit warm water. If you're unsure about the exact temperature, just make sure the water is warm but not hot to the touch. While the tofu is soaking, let's prepare some aromatics. Chop a bunch of green onions into small pieces. Smash a few cloves of garlic with the side of your knife to release the fragrance, then chop them finely. Place the garlic and green onions together. Dice some red chili peppers and set them aside for later. By now, the dried tofu should be softened and ready. It should feel soft to the touch, without any hard center. Make sure to save this soaking method for future reference. Now let's start cooking. In a pot, bring a large bowl of water to a boil. Once boiling, add the soaked tofu. Add a pinch of salt to the water. Blanch the tofu for a few seconds to infuse some flavor and remove any bean smell. Don't boil it for too long, just a few seconds, then quickly drain it. Next, pour a little bit of oil into a pan and add the loofah. Stir fry on high heat for about 3 minutes, stirring constantly to ensure even cooking. Cook the loofah until it's about 70 to 80% done, then remove it from the pan and set it aside to drain. Now, heat a little oil in the same pan. Once the oil is hot, add the loofah back in and stir-fry for 30 seconds to dry out the moisture from the loofah. Once it's done, remove it and set it aside. In the same pan, add a bit more oil and sauté the garlic and green onions on low heat until fragrant. Once the aroma is released, add a spoonful of yellow bean paste and continue to stir-fry. After that, add about half a small bowl of water. Once the water boils, season it with a little salt, sugar, and cornstarch slurry to thicken the sauce. Cook until the sauce is reduced and thickened. Finally, add the loofah and tofu back into the pan and stir-fry everything on high heat to ensure the sauce coats all the ingredients evenly. Cook until the loofah becomes tender and transparent, and the tofu absorbs all the flavors. Once everything is cooked to perfection, sprinkle the red chili on top as a garnish and serve. Dear friends, creating videos isn't easy. I share simple, practical home-cooked recipes and life tips every day. If this recipe helped improve your cooking skills today, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with others. Thank you so much for your support. This dish, loofah with dried tofu, is now complete. It's incredibly fragrant and delicious. The loofah becomes soft and tender, and the tofu absorbs all the flavors. It's absolutely delicious. That's it for today's video. See you in the next one. Wishing everyone happiness every day.